예.
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
프레임 드랍이 일어난다. 다시. 다행이네. 프레임 드랍이 살짝 일어나긴 했네요.
Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
난 왜 여기서 프레임 드랍이
I'll be in touch.
왜 일어나는 거지? 좀 제발.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
자, 한번 수수료를 해보죠. 어차피 기숙사는 정했어요. 기숙사는 정했는데 일단 수술 한번 해보고 정하려고요.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
수업이냐? 수업보다는 저는 탐험이긴 해요. 근데 되게 공격 마법 수업도 되게 보고 싶다. 그래, 나는 공격 마법 수업을 듣고 싶어.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
야망.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
됐다. 딱 맞겠다. 맞다. 2개밖에 선택하는데. 기숙사를 수락할 겁니다. 슬리데린을 원했거든요. 난 슬리데린으로 갈 거야.
You belong in Slytherin.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough it's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
아, 이게 기숙사마다 대사가 좀 다르네요. 제가 봤던 그리핀도르에서는
Well done. Now,
다른
go on in and get
그리핀도르죠.
some sleep.
그리핀도르에서
You
봤을
have a
때는
big day
대사
ahead of
친 게
you tomorrow.
있었거든요.
I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
대사가 추가 대사가 있었던 걸로 기억하거든요. 추가 대사 없이 그냥 다른 기숙사는 그냥 들어가네요.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
호그와트에 오신 걸 환영합니다. 야, 내 짐은 난 내 짐은 다 먹혔지. 내 짐 다 뜯겨 먹어가지고 아무것도 없네. 아까 요 뭐 표시가 있었는데. 야, 마법사라서 짐 털면은 바로 들키니까 쪽팔리겠다. 야, 몇 명이서 자는 거야? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. 4명이네? 원래 4명이서 잤나? 다른 방 들어갈 수 있나? 들어갈 수 있네. 야, 여긴 왜 3명이야? 나 3인실로 바꿔줘요. 아니면 2인실로 해주던지. 아니면 나 개인실 줘, 개인실. 하나, 둘. 야, 여기도 3인실이잖아. 왜 난 4인실이야? 방 남는 게 4인실밖에 없었어. 4인실을 줬나? 잠깐만. 뭐 있다. 그냥 사과 하나 훔쳐 먹는 거지. 그 뭐 표시가 아니라 그냥 불빛이구나. 야, 일단 뱀 마음에 들고요.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Wonder where they're from.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry. Did you see the way they just waltzed in at the end of the sorting ceremony last night? Can't imagine starting a new school this late.
A little room, everyone. Let them through.
뭐 먹는 거밖에 없어. 세바스찬 셀로 누굴라나?
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
흥미로웠어.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few
그러니까.
interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
나 계속
Are
물어봐야겠다.
you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
세상에 행운이 필요할 정도야. 나도 영화로 몇 번 호그와트 생활을 몇 번 본 적이 있는데 보면은 행운이 되게 필요하긴 하더라고. 난 저렇게까지 생활 못하겠어. 마법사들이 되게 대단한 것 같긴 해. 아 그래요? 나는 이해가 안 되는데 이거 돌리는 거 말고는 뭐 할 수 있는 게 먹는 거밖에 없는 거야, 상호장님?
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
여자는 제일 맨 마지막. 일단 남자 먼저 이야기 좀 돌려.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year.
눈이 안 보이는
I'm
애구나.
Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of
진짜?
Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
우와.
Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
야, 얘 눈이 근데 그런 거 물어보지 않는 게 그게
Did
예의긴
that
하죠.
student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
야, 얘네들 근데 그러니까 얘네들 다른 기숙사에도 나오는 애들이 좀 다르나? 하긴 그것도 그렇긴 해요. 사람이 햇빛을 보면서 살 때는 살아야 돼. 사람이 햇빛을 보면서 살긴 살아야 되는 게 맞아요. 아 맞네. 야, 왜 슬리데린 3명밖에 안 줘? 양아치네? 다른 기숙사 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 하나 둘 셋 넷. 야, 그리핀도로 너무하다. 몇 명 주냐면 하나 둘 셋 넷 다 6명이나 줘요. 그리핀도는 6명이나 주는데? 양아치들이네. 슬리데린은
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
이게 다잖아.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you.
야, 이씨, 양아치네.
You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Are you a keen Wizard Chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
심플하게 바둑을 둬야 돼, 사람이. 체스는.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
이게 내가 봤을
Is
때
the new fifth-year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
오케이, 고마워. 이게 그거면 좋겠는데 봤을 때 메인 한 명 빼고 그러니까 이제 지금 보니까 주인공의 동료가 된다. 얘네들 빼고 다 친구가 될 수 있으면 좋겠는데. 야, 프레임 봐라. 프레임 또 떨어진다. 야, 왜 떨어진지 이해가 안 되네. 잠깐만요. 아, 이건 중간으로 가자. 나뭇잎은 그렇게 중요하지 않다고 생각합시다. 이거 다 생각해보니까 다 익히잖아. 어이씨, 놀래라.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
켈피 조각상.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the car.
아, 이런 거 있으면 짜증나는데. 이런 거 있으면, 이런 거 먼저 클리어 안 하면 메인 스토리 진행 못 하는데, 내 성격상. 아씨.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
아, 이렇게 팍 밑으로 해가지고 뭐 불꽃 착 올라오게 해가지고 움직이는 건가? 난이도 어려운 문제야.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Revelio.
That should be all for
아니구나.
now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
버터 맥주 한번
Thank you,
마셔보기로
Professor
싶긴
Weasley.
하다.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Revelio.
I'd wager the Hufflepuff common room's the coziest of them all. Simply the fact that it's so the kitchen's made.
이 뭔가 있는데 이 적용이 안 돼.
It's no wonder Ravenclaws are so clever that it is.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
그렇지.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
야, 컬렉션 보물상자들 35개, 필드 가이드 페이지 149개 남았고요. 데미 가이드 월석들 9개, 천문학 테이블 1개. 아시오, 레비오소. 아시오는 배워야 되네.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
야, 일단 마법 수업보다 이거 먼저 다 뚫어놓고 가야겠다. 얘는 혼자 왜 비를 맞냐? 비 때문에 이게 안 켜지는 거야? 야, 여기 밑에 보물상자가 있는데 이거 못 먹나? 그거 타야지 먹을 수 있나?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
이제 보조 퀘스트를 진행이 가능합니다.
Pleased to be included.
Revelio.
아. 야, 와, 이거 갑자기 또 프레임 다운되네. 왜 그런지 모르겠네. 이 프레임이 왜 다운되지? 아, 좀 프레임 좀.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
일단 이동해서 요거 다 찾고 사이드 퀘스트 있는 거 진행하고 메인 스토리 진행하러 갑시다. 난 그렇게 진행해야 돼.
Obviously the best way to What am I missing?
Revelio.
Nice to see you, my young friend. This cannot possibly be. I've always said that travel broadens.
아따 이거 은근 많네.
There's only so much one.
There's something in there.
I thought your mother was nice.
What are you up to now?
저 그래 저 날아다니는 거 잡아야 되는데 마법도 일단 배워야 되기도 하고.
I need to get some dragon rifle.
저 날아다니는 거 저 잡았어야 돼. 빨리. 오이씨 깜짝아.
Off on another adventure.
빗자루 업그레이드. 지팡이. 일단 지금 여기 세 지역만 좀 뚫어놓도록 해요.
Revelio.
저 어떻게 가는 거야, 안뜰 광장을?
Handy resource indeed. Your
아이씨, 처음부터 이럴걸.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
아씨, 멋있네. 대의원 배치가 아직 안 된 것 같은데. 얘 뭐 어떻게 푸는 건지 모르겠네. 나 좀 알려줄라나?
What are you up to now?
자, 이제 일단 뚫었으니까 한번 가서 보죠. 일단 이거를 몇 개를 뚫어놔야지 이거를 마법을 배워가지고 뭘 하니까 저거 챙겨 먹어야 될 거 아니야. 아니 왜 비가 내리는 거야? 대체 이해할 수가 없네.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
오, 고양이. 내 부엉이도 가질 수 있을라나 모르겠다.
Is behind me. I promise. Come now, Annabelle.
아 맞다, 사이드캐 먼저 하고 메인캐 하기로 했지. 일단 이거 먼저 하나 하죠. 야, 여기서 한 단계 위층은 어떻게 가는 거지?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
여기서 한 번 더 위로 올라가야 되는구나.
Revelio. Roman tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Professor Weasley.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
아니요, 전 아예 처음인데요.
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
아니요, 전 아예 처음이라니까요.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
아니요, 전 완전 처음이라니까요.
Akio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now,
Accio.
think of this like gobstone. Very good. Stay focused. Splendid! Happens to the best of us. That's it! Not to worry. Very good! Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
30에서 정도 못 쳐야겠는데.
Accio.
와, 됐다.
Excellent.
Let us see this.
한 보자. 한
Phew. Quite
더.
impressive. Watch this. There we go.
Accio.
제발, 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 제발. 됐어. 됐어.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
프레임 드랍 진짜.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
그러니까.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go. That is how it's done.
Accio.
That's it.
Let us see this. Yes!
Accio.
제발, 제발. 멈춰라, 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 멈춰라. 오케이.
Well done. Watch this.
내가 저걸 50점으로 끌고 와야 된다.
Phew.
Accio.
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
됐어.
Very good.
비겼어.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game! It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts.
Oh.
But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me. This enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
A word, if you would.
물론이죠.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
My older brothers were all thought. Hogwarts has brought me and my kids.
Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
야, 이런 애들은 이런 자물쇠 같은 경우 아니 뭐 프레임 드랍이 왜 일어나는지 모르겠네.
Revelio.
Well, aren't we the loveliest of them all? And I don't think.
고마워요. 일단 중앙홀로 좀 이동을 합시다. 중앙홀에 하나 있는 거 좀 먹으러 가게.
Accio! Accio!
You certainly sound like you have an opinion of it.
They're simply too. Ugh. What am I missing?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something
Lumos.
illuminating that solves the mystery.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Professor Weasley said
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
The other girls and I were up all night.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
뭔지 모르겠는데 일단
I
클리어인데.
solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
I just wish they'd hurry up and assign the essay on werewolves. When are we getting to... All I can say is...
Oh dear, I shall get in...
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the
왜
librarian.
이리 주범깨가 많아?
You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I'd collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
빨리 가서 해줍시다.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Accio! Got it. Only 4 more to go.
제 그리핀도르였을걸요? 아까 보니까 그리핀도르 그거 같던데? 아까 여기 책이 저 있네. 3. 내가 지금 단순히 못 찾고 있는 건가? 아니면 원래 여기 이제 더 이상 없는 건가? 보물상자다. 아, 이건 다른 건데?
Revelio. Lumos.
가댐 한 건 어디 갔냐?
Revelio.
내가 바보처럼 못 찾고 있는 건가? 아니면 진짜 안 보이는 건가? 아, 저 있네.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
이게 퀘스트가 은근 많다 보니까 내가 다 깼다.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the
그리핀도르
library
맞네.
again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Did you see Claire's hair today? She tried a color changing charm.
Revelio.
If Hogwarts survives the rain.
Stupefy! Stupefy! Is that all you've got? Bombard!
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it.
야, 얘가 그 용이잖아. 우리 스펙. 아, 프레임 드랍
To the
심하네.
wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
와, 프레임 드랍 진짜 장난 아니네.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso!
Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso, this can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Protego, my students would have stepped. I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
내가 만든 캐릭터지만
I
보라색님이 참
put you
잘
on the
어울려.
spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then.
틀린 말은
Whether
아니죠.
it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library. You just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Revelio.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
그렇지, 사이드 퀘스트가 있는 곳이 하나 있구만. 일단 여기 웨이포인트로 정해가지고 저쪽으로 일단 가죠.
How in the world did people ride brooms?
I'll be weeks from Spintweed.
Revelio.
Notions about how to improve brooms. Goes to the stuff who does that one. I heard an Exora lives in a hamlet outside of Hogwarts.
야, 프레임 드랍 장난 아니네. 아, 형 고양이구나. 아까 쓰다듬었으니 이번엔 패스.
This next composition took some practice, so
Revelio.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Ready?
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Levioso! Protego! Stupid! Oh, there goes my wager. Levioso!
Give him what for!
빨리 패! 더 빨리 패!
What a duel. Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.